Hello, my delicious co-creators. Lilou here. I'm in Sri Lanka, in Colombo, in the capital. Actually, it's this wonderful time of the day where the mosquito comes out. Thank you for accepting to do this interview. This interview is going to be on yoga because you've been practicing it for many years, nearly 30 years, huh?
Yes, I have.
Are you originally from Sri Lanka?
I'm Sri Lankan, yes.
And you discovered, did yoga found you or you found yoga?
I don't know. The universe found me, so actually the universe sent yoga to me. So that's how it happened. Actually, I found yoga when I was 5. My father was a yogi, and he showed me how to stand on my head when I was 5. So
Part of the yoga practice here.
That's when I started my yoga practice, yes.
Here it's a lot harder here in this area of the world than the one we practice in Europe or in America. What's your point of view? What kind of yoga is it?
Yoga is esoteric. There's no reason why you need to worry about what you do in terms of yoga. As long as you follow the sequence of events that's described as yoga. Basically, that's the position that you do the breathing, then you do the physical stances, and then you do meditation. If you have that combination, from my perspective, then you are into yoga.
Yeah.
Okay.
We've heard, like in India or in some other, or maybe Sri Lanka, there's a little bit of push towards the suffering and, just a little bit stretching a little bit more, going a little bit more difficult. Is that true or no? It's really gentle.
I can't speak to most schools. I don't know. My particular position is that yoga has to be fun, it has to be comfortable, and you need to enjoy it. Yeah. And you have to love it, you have to be smiling all the time while doing yoga. Yeah. That's basically my position with yoga.
It's more like a philosophy, isn't it, rather than just a discipline?
Of life, when you accept yoga, it's a philosophy, and then you start inquiring. You need to know what's happening, and then you start learning much more about yoga as a yoga student. And one is a yoga student all one's life, so basically that's how it is. Yeah.
Where is the search? What is the goal, or why yoga?
Yoga is a way of life. It's a philosophy, and it encompasses all other philosophies from my perspective. There is no, for example, I was born a Buddhist, and I'm baptized Christian, and also initiated Hindu. So I don't have any problems with any differences in the world. I am one with everybody. I'm one with the majority of the people in the world, based on my belief. And yoga practice makes one absolutely feel wonderful. That's the important thing about it. And we have too much turmoil in the world, too much conflict, too many differences of opinion, and people suffer as a result of the fact that they don't come together.
It feels like yoga, and I practice yoga, that there is this it just quiets the mind. There is all this, how do you call it in your language? There's a word in Sanskrit that I can't find, but all this noise, basically, the vatra, no?
the noise of life,
thoughts and the things, there's all this like.
That's where meditation comes in. So you flow in from your breathing, and then you do your stances, and you flow into meditation. And in meditation, you are quiet. You're totally quiet, and you listen to yourself. You listen to your inner self, and that's what meditation is all about. It's very beautiful. Yeah. It's very beautiful, yeah. And I encourage people to accept a form of yoga in their lives. It gives them a particular position of being whole, because you connect with your consciousness, and that connection, the consciousness, is very important, because we can live through life without knowing what life is all about.
Yeah. What is life for you about? How do you see it?
I see it as a vast sea of experience. And the experience is very beautiful. However much one may think in terms of toil and suffering, that is not the true life. Basically, that's what, suffering. Yes, up to a certain point. Yes, we all suffer, but we can elevate ourselves from the suffering through a practice of yoga. You know, so going to morning meditation, you're set for the day. So you can do anything and be part of anything as a result of meditative practice. Mm.
Is there in this form of yoga also to set an intention to somebody else, or you give your session, or when you do the yoga moves, you actually give it to somebody, or you set an intention for the yoga? And do you know what I mean? Like, do you give that time? Yeah, do you do that for you, or do you also send it out to other people, or share this moment with others?
Very beautiful thought. Very beautiful thought. Yoga has to be shared. Yoga has to be given to others, and that's why I love teaching. I love teaching people yoga so that I can give of myself in terms of how valuable yoga is in one's life. So that's part of the training and education that I like to pass on to people.
Kids can learn it at a very young age.
I love to teach kids. Oh yes, it's to get kids to stay still. For example, this is one of the major challenges that we have around the world. It doesn't matter where you are. So yoga can bring that stillness to them, and it not only gives them a better understanding of what life is all about, but they can relate to a variety of situations through being still, so that they are not scattering their ideas and their thoughts. They are focused on something, and I love to teach them, to give them that presence. So that's one group of people I love to teach, and the other group I love to teach are the couples who physically come together, but consciously they are not together, and they need to come together consciously through yoga, and when they do that, they are holistically together. So couples, definitely, the young people have a great use for yoga. They must understand that very much.
Are Sri Lankan open to it, or the governments, or the schools, or the?
There's a certain amount, but not to a great degree in Sri Lanka.
It's interesting to hear, because from Europe or from America, we think, here it must be opened. In
Sri Lanka, it's more a tradition. Yoga is a tradition, so you follow a guru and you learn what yoga is all about. Unlike in America, where it's open, and everybody can learn and teach and do everything relating to yoga, which is fine. Which is fine. Which is fine.
Yeah. It's probably not done the same way here. Huh? What you're saying is that there is a deeper, a more maybe disciplined, can we say, or more guidance, or going through one guru.
It's more a traditional approach to yoga.
Yeah.
Traditional approach to yoga, as opposed to looking at yoga as a fun activity.
Though you find it fun.
Sorry?
Though you find it fun.
Yes, of course. Yes, I do.
To take seriously, you mean, or to?
It is a serious venture, no question of yoga is a serious venture. But when you get into it, you need to be smiling all the time. You need to actually be there, and so that you can go within as well, and then you can help others to go within, and that's the beauty of yoga. It has been my tradition for so long, and it has been part and parcel of my life, and I feel that it has done me a world of good. I have no negative thoughts about yoga at all.
Mm-hmm. There's different. How can we choose the right yoga for us? Because I've heard of hatha yoga or other type of yogas. Where's how do we find out what's best for us?
That is the search. That is the challenge in terms of each individual has, and looking for the right source of yoga, and you have to search. Now I've been through a lot of yoga practices throughout my life, but I have accepted things from each practice that I have been in, and that's basically people need to do that, is to go around and look. And inquire and practice.
And so kind of find their own path.
There are people who come all the way to India and Sri Lanka to learn yoga and understand what yoga is in this part.
Your school here? Yoga studio?
I don't have a school. I don't have a school here. No, I'm part of a guru tradition. Okay, so that, and I'm working with that guru tradition.
Yes. So it's even more an honor to have you here and accept to do this interview. Thank you so much.
You're most welcome. Okay, right.
Thank you to all delicious co-creators out there. I hope you have enjoyed this, and I'm sure there's hours and hours we can speak of yoga.
No question.
But I really appreciate this short moment with you. Thank you. As the mosquitoes start biting us, oh my God, big kisses. Bye bye.